We out here syncing audio like a real YouTuber. Okay, that's good, right? That's right, this channel isn't all about film, so it's finally time to talk digital photography, specifically gigging. Ooh. We got this too. What? That is mad. Oh, mate, look at this thing. Jeez. It's proper rubbery as well. It's nice and flexible. You can extend stuff like that. This is gonna make it so much easier to vlog. Oh my god. I'm so happy with that. Anyway, how'd you do? How's your morning going? Let me know in the comments. Today we've got a bit of unboxing going on, I guess, before this video starts. But yeah, got this mic, which I'm super stoked about. I'm gonna see how that sounds in a set. Yeah. So the Nikon D3400 can't support external mics, and I have just bought this and wasted money. Now, let's get one thing straight. If you're looking for someone to teach you the basics of digital photography like aperture, ISO and shutter speed, I'm not your guy. I'll mention those things from time to time as bits and bobs of advice, but mostly this channel is about personal stuff and my own photography life. So if you're looking for someone to teach you the basics, maybe go to a different channel. For me, digital photography was never really that objective. I just kind of picked up a camera one day, started shooting and found out what worked for me. However, if you do learn in an objective way, good for you. I guess I'm just not the channel for you. However, if you know your basics and want to learn stuff like how to market yourself and how to start getting paid doing a job that you love, I'm probably more your kind of guy. So that brings me to today's topic, gigging, specifically concert or live music gigging. So if you're into that kind of stuff, stick around for some low light photography advice as well. Gigging, commonly known as freelancing, is what I do. However, you may want to work for an agency, you may want to work for a business. Although, like, the majority of my work is freelancing, which basically means that I'm my own boss. I work alongside brands for short periods of time, or maybe long periods of time if it's a good business relationship. I'll be honest with you though, if you're looking to get into gigging, expect to get your heart broken a little. Sometimes it may be that you really want to work with a band, or you really want to work with a business, but they already have a photographer or they've gone with someone else. Trust me, I know, it sucks. You're going to get rejected quite a lot, but I'll never forget the first time I landed my first live music photography gig. I was just filled with excitement, and sometimes I feel that same excitement when I land a gig. So that's why I pushed through that heartbreak. So, you think you can stomach it? Cool. Well, you're going to have to put in a lot of work, and you're going to have to start small. Use what I do as an example. Live music photography. You can't necessarily go storming into the NAC asking to take photos, no. You gotta start local, you gotta start with small businesses, small bands, and basically just, even if it's like just a DM on Instagram, just being like, hey, I really like your sound, or I really like your product, want me to come through and take some pictures. In my opinion, the more informal the better, it just shows that you're more human. When you're looking to shoot with brands and stuff like this, yeah, you're trying to get paid, but you also want to build strong business relationships with these people so you can shoot more often with them, and maybe even become a permanent photographer, you never know. Now, this next piece of advice is going to sound a little wild, right? But just trust me. Start doing your work for free. Start building up your followers. Start, networking with brands or bands similar to the ones that you're working with. And you'll soon see the benefits. But, you can't really go around demanding prices and stuff like that from the get-go when you don't really have a body of work. So it's always good to do your work for free, start building up your portfolio, and then start building up your followers. Make sure they're giving you credit so that your name's getting out there so you can start building up even more followers. You know the drill, but just do your work for free, and then you can start charging some pretty decent prices once you start building these relationships. Anyways, with that little bit of advice out of the way about how to get into the gigging scene, talking on the topic of gigging, I'm actually heading over to Noah and the Elements set at Stagfest today. So I just wanted to briefly mention some stuff about concert photography and low light photography. I did mention it briefly in my first vlog. If you haven't watched that, go watch that and probably come back. But I just want to kind of adapt on what I said in that vlog about advice on low light photography now that I've had a bit more experience. To be honest, I still stand where I stood. Like, you know, shade is always good for like outside intents and stuff like that. Inside, shutter speed with a low exposure so that you can get a smaller aperture. By the way, aperture is just how much light is being let into the lens or how little light. So obviously the lower your aperture, the more light that's being let into the lens. And with a lower exposure, obviously the darker your image is going to be, but the more light that's being let in so you can get a quicker shutter. Anyway, right, too complicated. You know the drill probably. Yeah, low exposure, shutter speed seems to work really well. A ring light on occasion, but don't really be flashing it around the whole time because you don't really want to distract people in their performances. God forbid, please do not use flash on every photo. Try and get some colours in there. Yeah, that's about it really for low light photography advice. I will probably adapt on this a bit further on when I've had just a tiny bit more experience. Anyways, with that heap of advice out of the way, I'm going to go meet the lads in Hill Morton and I'll show you how good of a time gigging can be. So I will see you there. I mean, I don't really know what I need. Oh yeah, also, look mom, I'm a real vlogger now. I got the grip and everything, it's great. I'm getting my camera. Probably gonna need a Coke because it's fucking pissing it down. It's like 3 and I'm already only having breakfast. I love being a responsible adult. Oh, ATM check.
I am one of Noah and the Elements, or the Elements, and this is
like 0.1 seconds.
the drunk Noah.
Stop!
Yeah. To the gig, and this is our gig at the Stagfest.
We are finally back from the gig. My ears are fucking ringing, but it was a great set, so it doesn't really matter. I got my keys, so all is well in the universe. But yeah, I'm super stoked with how these photos came out. Thank you again, Noah and the Elements, for letting me come down, take some photos and stuff like that. Today's just been great. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, see ya.